everyone. I'm Janice Kleins, Marketing Coordinator for AOE. Thanks for joining me today. It's part of the International Grooving and Grinding Association's celebration of the 40th anniversary of dowel bar retrofit, which is used as a concrete pavement preservation treatment. I'm speaking with Brent Burwell, a civil engineer and executive director for the Oklahoma-Arkansas chapter of the American Concrete Pavement Association, as well as serving as assistant division engineer for maintenance at the Oklahoma Department of Transportation for 13 years. So Oklahoma has an extensive road network and used DBR since 1997. Can you tell me why it has proved so useful in your state?
Yeah, because it works. I mean, it really does.
So approximately how many lane miles of concrete pavement have been retrofitted in Oklahoma?
I went back and looked at my records. I have some, I've captured part of those numbers, and at least 650,000 dowel bars. So if I did my math correct, at 6 per lane, that's probably over 300 lane miles.
So Oklahoma is one of the leading users of DBR in the country then, would you say?
Probably so, yes, I would imagine we are.
So can you tell us a little bit about the installation process?
And the reason that we would have dowels across the joint is to provide for that load transfer, or as a truck, goes from one slab onto the next, without any transfer, they tend to move individually vertically and leaving a bump there, one slab higher than the other, which is a phenomenon we call faulting, which of course you can imagine is not desirable as far as the ride goes. So to overcome that, you either put a mechanical device across it like a steel dowel bar, or you rely on aggregate interlock. It's a pretty simple process. Basically what we do is saw cut a slot from one slab to the next across the joint. Once the saw cut is, our slot is cut and cleaned out, we drop a dowel bar in it where it straddles the joint, and then we backfill it with the high strength, low density grout. Then typically after that, it's followed up with the diamond grinding procedure. Not always, but most usually. And that not only smooths off the grout, but it also eliminates the faulting. That is typically the reason we're in there retrofitting anyway.
So what do you recommend looking for to determine if a pavement is a suitable candidate for DBR?
Well, first of all, is the need, if it's faulting, then it's probably a candidate, and confirm that the dowel bars were left out and that's why it's faulting. The other thing is you really need to look at what the life what do you expect to get out of that pavement as far as remaining life? For instance, if it's scheduled to be replaced anyway, you may not want to do it because this is a long-term treatment. If you have material related distresses, such as decracking or ASR, then maybe it's not a candidate for it. But if it's in fairly good shape, not a lot of no material related distresses or too many cracked slabs, then I'd say it's a good candidate.
So do you have any recommendations for roadway owners who are considering DBR and other rehabilitation treatments?
Oh yeah, just do it. It works. And that's coming from a skeptic. We've got the proof. When we started using these, we didn't know how long they would last. And, just among some of the ODOT people, we were hoping maybe we'd get 10 years out of them. And I can't think of a single project that we haven't far exceeded 10 years in the life out of them. I know some, we've got 20 years out of them. If I really went back and looked, we probably got some from the early days that are still going. So this has been a really good treatment, a really long-lasting treatment, and we've highly successful here in Oklahoma. We've got some projects out there 40, 50 years old, and we're still extending their life. And techniques like DBR, full depth patching, diamond grinding has been very useful tools to have in our toolbox to extend the life of those pavements. So CPR in Oklahoma is going to be around for a long time.
Well, thank you, Brent, for sitting down with me and sharing your expertise on dowel bar retrofit. Thanks everyone for joining us today.